Welcome to our latest edition of Meet the Member. Today I'm here with
Warren Kozonguizi.
because not only are you a BBOT member, you're also a sponsor.
Yes.
So I think this gives us a unique opportunity to talk about your experience and your business. But let's kick it off with what made you decide to become a franchise owner of the cooperators here in Brampton?
A few things. I would like to think it was strategy, but I can't put strategy all to that. The book of business that I did take over within the Brampton area was very much Portuguese focused and based. And having lived and in a Portuguese based country and having spoken Portuguese, it just made there was a natural synergy to that. But also, I think community. I knew within the Brampton space there was at least community from the diaspora, this African diaspora that I'm from. So I was quite passionate to ensure that at least the individuals that I do serve and provide this, wealth and financial literacy advice are individuals that I can relate with.
What differentiates your business from some of the other cooperator locations or just the insurance business sector as a whole?
Interesting question. I mean, you would always want to think that a solution you provide, because it's tailored by yourself as well as your experiences, would uniquely be different because you're the one giving the services, right? If we ultimately need to look at insurance, yes, it's all the same. But I think we take a very holistic approach to our customers and our clients that we have. We don't just want sort of transactional relationships. We're very much about, okay, how do we look at you holistically, all of your assets, all of your financial needs, and ensure that when you walk in, we ensure that we provide you with a service that holistically entails everything that you require. We always would like to think of our individuals that we do provide services to his family members, to the family, and how do we ensure that we ultimately, when we have a seat at your table, we provide you with all of those advice, insurance requirements, and insurance needs. And I think by virtue of just who we are as people, we are a very diverse team within the team that I am. It's not just individuals from the African diaspora, it's individuals from the Southeastern community as well.
That's right.
So that in itself lends that we are very unique and different in terms of our approaches.
You're not only a member, but you're a sponsor.
Okay.
With that being said, can you share a little bit about your growth with BBOT as a member and a sponsor?
Yeah, BBOT welcomed me very, very much. I mean, I was very new to the Canadian space, and secondly, very new to the Brampton space. BBOT was the first institution, if I can call them that I reached out to and sort of decided to become a member. From the first time that I walked in, I always met individuals that I just formed good synergies and good energies with. It's about the energy that people give off. There were a few that I had formed those relationships with, J. Paul and the rest of the team, and that just naturally meant that I wanted to be more part of what they had to offer, all of the membership that they had. So I can really champion, and I do champion within the rest of the cooperators agencies, that BBOT was really one of those individuals that naturally grew the network of clients that I could reach out to and provide, my services to. So it was really, really nice to be, to feel like a member of the team. I think it's poignant to say that, I mean, at this point in time, it is Black History Month. So I always want to, it's important to raise awareness to that. I mean, I am an individual of a Black descent. I am from the African diaspora, and, I have reached goals that I ever not even knew that I could reach, right? And to be a Black individual that has done that, I think it's amazing to understand that we can do that, knowing that a couple of centuries ago this is not something that was offered to us. So that in itself for me is an amazing one. We had a bit of a chuckle about, okay, so why do we get a month? It's it should be every day, and it's weird to say in the world that we live in now, these are still discussions that we need to have, but it's very true and telling to where we are and what we're facing in the world at this point in time, that we have to have these discussions. As a Black individual, I come, first with my Blackness, and then, with the rest of the stuff. So culture is a big one for me. And you can see that rooted in most of the stuff that I do, and most of the conversations and idealisms that I do. But for all of the individuals out there that, want to understand a little bit more about why this is important, I think as individuals across the world that live in a society where we're not just one individual, right? And we need allies and we need community. I think it's important for you to understand why it is that we focus on Black history, because it is a pinnacle part of the world.
It is the 30th anniversary of Black History Month here in Canada. And so we literally are shaping the history. And I think it's such a great reflection of that.
Yeah.
Not so much the challenges, but the momentum of the positive changes as
Exactly.
well. But I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You inspire me. And you're
Thank
such
you
a
so
great
much, Sammy.
representative in the community.
I try. I mean, I think when we are talking about Black history, the other thing that I realized, and this is just by reading that, it's not even something that's available within the curriculum system at this point in time. I know there are individuals that are championing for it, and I think it's important that we just understand as human beings how we got to be here. And by virtue of saying that, it's not pointing fingers, it's not saying that, all of these other things that happened in the past. It's just an understanding as to how and why individuals might be the way that they are, right? It allows us to understand or see someone from a different landscape and a different angle, if I could call it that.
Yes, well said. How could we learn more about your business and follow you, social media, your website? How could people stay in touch?
So we are available on all of your social media platforms. It might change in a couple of months because I'm changing ownerships in terms of naming, but I am available on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, all under my first and last name. So Warren Kozonguizi, Cooperators Agency. We are based within the Brampton community, 21 Fisherman Drive, Unit 14. So please feel to come in. As individuals within the Brampton community, we have very much an open door policy. Please pop in if you just want to have a discussion on something that you wanted to discuss for a while, or you just wanted a second opinion on retirement planning, wealth planning, life insurances, auto insurances, home insurances, whatever that. We provide custom solutions. By custom solutions, we don't mean that it's on the premium end. We just mean that we look at you from a holistic lens. What is it that you currently have? What are your aspirations? What are your current challenges? And an advice component is something that we're very passionate about. We provide you reasons as to why and how you could possibly make those small nudges to ensure that ultimately you save a bit in your pocket, but also you plan and you at least ensure that should you no longer be on this earth, and if there's another earth beyond that, that you at least take care of the ones that you care about.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I love the personalization.
Yeah.
That's the best way to ensure that your clients and potential prospects feel seen.
Exactly.
And that you focus on their goals and objectives. So well done, Warren.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for taking the time today.
Cheers. Thank you.